Check 1, 2. Tell these
Take
rappers
the
I'm
guard.
outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it all from boom back to melody rap. If they can put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to precinct.
Fuck everybody on the front. When we see you in the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
Yeah. What's good? Shout out to everybody in the building. You know, I haven't done one of these solo in a very long time, so bear with your boy, right? But yeah, man, the Knicks get a heartfelt win, a comeback win tonight over the New Orleans Pelicans, winning 104-39 behind Jalen Brunson's. How many points JB had? 39 points. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all at all. The beginning of this game, it was a point that I was getting a little bit worried. Shout out to Darlene in the building. Yes, indeed. As always, uh, JJ Jackson is in the building. Shout out to the Geyser. I mean, JJ, I still need those pictures of you in those hoodies, man. Still need those pictures, homie. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Unlike the Timberwolves game, like when we got off to a little slow start. And I said I wasn't worried. I was telling my coworker I was a little worried because we were getting outworked in the very early stages of this game. Shout out to my guy Jimmy J1 in the building. But then we started to right the ship, started playing a little bit more defense, getting more stops, and I'm about to say JB started going absolutely bonkers tonight. ODing. It was beautiful. Shooting threes from 26, 27 feet out, uh, taking everybody to the cup. It was dope. The ball started moving, guys were cutting. Uh, but I ain't gonna lie, the Pelicans played hella good defense tonight. Hella good defense tonight. Uh, and we needed every bit of those 39 points, especially with Cat getting in foul trouble early. Uh, that is something definitely Cat is gonna have to work out and fix. Is is undisciplined stuff that gets Cat in foul trouble, like pushing people in the back, reaching in unnecessarily. And I think Coach Tommy T alluded to some of that in his post game presser, saying that it's something that they feel like they could fix with, discipline. And I agree. Definitely needs to be some kind of discipline to keep Cat out of foul trouble because I believe that was part of the reason why we started to trail because Cat had to sit so long, and he was dependent on Precious, to play the five, which I never really was a fan of in the beginning anyway. I don't like Precious at the five. I understand he could play a small ball five sometimes, but I do not like him in that role for a long period of time. Uh, but yeah, Cat being on the bench kind of helped us with that slow start. Like that, I mean, not help, but like contribute to our slow start. But JB definitely came through when he started wilding them up in the second quarter, third quarter. Started going absolutely bonkers from 3-point range, 7 for 10. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. I thought we was gonna lose this game. I was like, don't tell me we're gonna have one of those games tonight. Josh Hart started off beautifully for us. Uh, he he had like 9 points in the first quarter, and then he got like this weird long rest between like midway through the first and the second. And I understand why he was on the bench so long, especially when he was getting wild up. I thought Josh Hart should have been in the game a little bit sooner, especially with that hot start. But yeah, but yeah, he had a great start. He finished with 14 points, eight rebounds, 5 assists. 2 steals and a block, doing Josh Hart things. Yeah, I mean, definitely doing Josh Hart things. Uh, Mikal Bridges, man, Mikal Bridges, second highest point plus minus on the court after Jalen Brunson tonight. Uh, on both ends of the court, Mikal was really good. He got off to a slow start, uh, missing most of his all of his shots early. I forgot, like, he was 0 for what for a minute until he started. I think he got a pass. He cut to the basket. He got a quick, easy 2 points, and then the rest was history from there. He finished with 18 points, uh, 3 for 6 from 3-point range. Again, thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you. Because I said it before and I say it again. Net fans was telling me, oh, you'll see, he ain't all that, you'll see. And I was trying to tell him, but he got a different role. He's going to be better. And he's been consistently better for what I want to say about like 7 to 8 games now. He's getting high productivity from Mikal Bridges. Oh man, I meant to save it too and I forgot. I seen stats, of the highest plus minus in the month of this December or October. I can't remember, but which month. But he was up there like number 1 or number 2 or something like that. And Kyle's been putting in work, man. His 3-point shot is getting much better. He's not taking as many 3-point shots as he was in the beginning of the season. And, some games he was taking like 10, 12 3-point shots a game. And I'm like, man, that's not really who you are as a basketball player. Yes, you shoot a high percentage, but you're not a volume 3-point shooter. And I'm just happy to see him getting back to, the basics of making what makes him good offensively. Cutting to the basket, getting to the mid-range game, and then knocking down the open 3-point shot, not just chucking random 3-point shots. And hella effective. Excuse me. OG was a beast defensively tonight, second and third multiple efforts on a defensive end, hitting open 3-point shots as well. Well, no, he wasn't. He was 2 for 8 from 3-point range. He struggled shooting from 3-point range. But defensively, he was fire. Finished with 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 for 17 from the field. But defensively was the big edge for us. And I think he also helped get JB into that rhythm because he was getting multiple stops. JB was getting into early offense, doing what he do, being able to search the mismatch against Boston and doing him absolutely filthy. Or anybody else for that matter, and not giving them time to load up and double team them. Obviously, that was the game plan early off in the game, was to double team JB and make sure that he wasn't the one that beat them. JB went into the half, figured something out, and came out and started wilding. That third quarter was big for us, 33-26 in the third. Mike was good. Mike is in the building. Yeah, that third quarter was absolutely huge for us. Definitely fueled by Jalen Brunson, wilding these guys up. Uh, but yeah, the Pelicans played a hell of a game tonight. Uh, appreciate you, brother BKL. Appreciate you. Uh, yeah, but that third quarter was, and it just shows you how fire JB is because with all the concentration on him tonight, and they were playing stellar defense, man. Shout out to the Pelicans. They played really good defensively tonight, and JB still found a way to will this win. It was very evident that he was pissed. My daughter's here. I was about to say a bad word. I had to catch myself. It was very evident that he was upset, and it's very evident that he was upset in the third quarter. And, he's one of those players, I think Mike Breen alluded to that. There's different kind of players that, you got your players that get angry and can't play well. And then you got those players who get angry and play well. And JB absolutely showed he's the latter. And he started going crazy. once the 3-point shots started falling, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those nights, and it definitely was. Uh, but yeah, I'm not used to doing this by myself anymore. You know what I mean? But I think Tibbs did make a great adjustment in the third. Oh no, in the second. Instead of letting this game completely run away from us, he got Jericho Sims, who played an amazing game, even though he didn't score not a point. I think his rim protection was solid tonight. His work on the boards was solid tonight. And this was a good game for Jericho Sims, though he did not take or make a shot. Because, up until that point, especially with Cat getting in foul trouble, you know, uh, Precious was ineffective as being a rim protector. Guys was getting to the rim and scoring and doing what they want at ease. And Jericho Sims kind of helped stem that tide. I think him and OG together, OG's perimeter defense coupled with what Sims was able to do at the rim is part of the reason why we was able to turn this game around. Uh, yeah, we didn't get almost no support from the bench tonight. Deuce had an off night. He was what 1 for 6 from the field, 0 for 3. Same thing with Campaign. Campaign didn't really try to insert himself offensively in the game that much. I think he came in the game around the time that they was running the zone in a second. Campaign only played like 8 minutes, uh, and I think the zone definitely for what Campaign likes to do, hit the open 3-point shot, drive to the basket, either lay the ball up or kick. The zone kind of neutralized him a little bit tonight and made him a little bit ineffective. I think the size of the Pelicans lineup they put on the court is what relegated him to only playing 8 minutes tonight. Because he wasn't really effective defensively. He was undersized. And like I said, they was playing the zone, and that kind of kept Campaign out the paint. Um, but yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night, man. A win is a win is a win. I'll take it. I'll take a win anytime I could get it. Uh, yeah, this is gonna be a really quick live, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not used to doing these lives by myself anymore. Um, what else? But it was something else. Something else. It's definitely something else. Oh, we played a. All right. So boom, real quick, gonna talk about Monday's game against the Raptors, and it's some miscellaneous stuff probably want to speak about real quick before I get up out of here. Uh, so we already packed the Raptors up. I expect more of the same, probably worse this time. Uh, yeah, Mike, I spoke about that earlier. Coach Tommy T in his post game presser, you know, uh, was saying that Cat's foul issues. They're gonna watch video, and he feel like it could be fixed with discipline. I agree with that wholeheartedly because it'd be like stupid stuff like Cat pushing people in the back for no reason or pushing people when they're going up for a layup, reaching in unnecessarily. Those are discipline things, and that can change. You know what I mean? But yeah, back to the Raptors. We're gonna pack them up. Uh, I think it's gonna be worse this time. I think we're better defensively, even though it was only a short time ago that we played them. I think we're more consistent defensively than we were uh, just that short time ago. And I think part of the reason why the Raptors even made it a game for any point was the fact that we weren't being disciplined defensively. We was letting guys get to the rim at will. And these are things that I feel like we do a lot better. I feel like in that game against the Raptors, the last time we didn't shoot particularly well to start the game. Uh, and yeah, we're going to pack these guys up. We're going to win by a lot. We're going to keep the ball rolling the way we've been on this run as of late. Finding more consistency on both ends of the ball. The role players being high level support players. Uh, and I think this is what wins us the game, just the little things like that. Hopefully, Cat can stay out of foul trouble. Hopefully, we get off to a good start, which I believe we will. Where we at? Are we in? Are we in Toronto for that game? Or now we in New York for that game? Yeah. We in Toronto for that game, and yeah, I mean we in New York for that game, and we are really good at home, so I don't expect nothing to change in that aspect. We're gonna pack those guys up. Real quick, some miscellaneous stuff. I haven't really been on live as much as I have been in the past. Work and whatnot. So some stuff that I missed. Namely one being Austin Rivers' comments about the Knicks having absolutely no good bench players. Man, if you don't sit your ass down, Austin Rivers, you're 32 years old and you're not out of the NBA. You're a full-time podcaster now at 32 years old. You're not good. You weren't good enough to be on anybody's team. So obviously the people that's on our bench, the Knicks feel is better than you. To call anybody not good is weird. Saying that the Knicks don't have no good players on the bench is weird. Deuce McBride is better than you. Now, Austin Rivers is still trying to live off the hype of his high school basketball mixtapes. And he got the nerve to talk about the Knicks having nobody good coming off the bench. Deuce McBride is good. Cam Payne is serviceable. He's good. Jericho Sims is still a work in progress, but he's all right. He ain't super terrible. You know what I mean? And then you also got to remember, we're still missing Landry Shamet, who's going to come back, and he's better than you, Austin Rivers. Mitch is coming back. I'm not sure if they're going to start him or have him coming off the bench. But if he's coming off the bench, he's really good. A lot of times people just be talking the talk, dog. And Austin Rivers is one of them. The nerve of him to try to criticize anybody coming off our bench when he's not even good enough to be in the NBA right now. You're 32 and you're forcibly being retired, gang. You're not even retiring on your own accord. You're being forced to retire. You're not good enough, but you got the nerve to fix your raggedy teeth and talk about the bench ain't good. That's nasty work, Austin Rivers. Nasty work. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Julius Randle walking off after we absolutely demolished the Timberwolves and not shaking none of his former teammates' hands. Uh, oh nah, Matt, we traded Austin Rivers. We packed him up. We didn't let him walk. We traded him on out of here. But yeah, like I said, the next thing I want to talk about is Julius Randle walking off the court after the end of the game when we packed up the Timberwolves and not shaking none of his former teammates' hands. Jalen Brunson was seen on the court after the game looking for Julius Randle to dap up his guy and send him some well wishes. But you could see, like, as he was walking off the court, somebody telling JB that Julius Randle already left. Here's my thought on that, right? Should Julius Randle have stayed on the court and dapped everybody up? Absolutely. That's the sportsmanly thing to do, right? But on the other side, I also feel like I get it. I get it. And I'm gonna tell you why I get it, because if Julius Randle was still in a Knicks jersey, right, and a former team that he played for, who's playing really well right now without him, and us at Knicks fans at the time is mad at Julius Randle for his play, and then we get blown out by his former team, and then he goes over smiling and giving everybody high fives. We as Knicks fans will have a whole fit, dog. We will have a whole fit if we saw that. So I'm not saying that he's 100% right. I'm not saying that he's not wrong neither. Because I could imagine that the Timberwolves fans would not have been happy with Julius Randle after we beat them by damn near 30, to see him over there smiling and giving high fives with his former team. So I get it. He definitely should adapt the guys. I mean, show some respect. But I also understand he probably wanted to win that game super bad. Super bad. He got off to a great start, and to lose in a fashion that they did, after he probably in his mind was like, oh, we're going to win this game, got to be upsetting, man, especially when the Timberwolves haven't been gelling the way that they thought they would. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get it. I get it. Now, now, Kevin, I'm not even going to put this on the ref. I think it definitely has to be Cat being more disciplined. Cat do a lot of stupid stuff for no reason defensively. Reaching in, pushing guys with the offhand, stuff like that. He just got to be more disciplined. And like I said, Coach Tommy T alluded to that after the in his after his post game presser. You know what I mean? That they're gonna watch the tape on Cat's fouls and and figure out how to fix that thing, and figure out how to make him more disciplined. You know what I mean? I can't even but now, if you want to talk about refereeing in the way that Jalen Brunson is refereed, we could talk about that all day. Because that is some bull that the refs go through. Mm, why? But yeah, nah. Cat just got to be more disciplined, is all. Everything else is beautiful that Cat does. Cat had a rough night tonight, but he was still very much engaged in the game, still grabbing 10 boards, even though he didn't have it going offensively. Still, you could see him moving the rock uh, and trying to find his teammates. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what the things I want to see. That lets me know that he's engaged and he's trying to win. He's trying to do something special here, especially because Jules is my guy. He was my guy when he was here, right? That's something that we couldn't always say for Julius Randle when he was here. That when his offense wasn't going, that he was still engaged in the rest of the game. Cat, excuse me, Bodega Cat does that. Offense is not going well. He's still very much engaged in the game. He's still crashing the boards vigorously. He's still trying to find his open teammates and play basketball the right way. And you saw a lot of that tonight. Shout out to Cat for that. But yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. If you didn't already do so, hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. You know the vibes. And see you Monday. Oh, and make sure you visit the link scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Get you one of these Knicks and Ish hoodies for shizzle. For shizzle. Yeah. And I'll see y'all Monday. Hopefully I have the rest of the gang with me on Monday. Peace.